I'm Danielle with Put a Finish on It, and I've got a New Year's resolution reading update. In December of last year, I decided that 2014 was the year to finally tackle the box of 60 books sitting unread under my bed. My last update was in mid-July, at which time I had read just 21 of those. Lots of other more recent secondhand finds slipped their way to the front of the queue. I'm happy to report that lately I've stayed focused, and as of today I've read 34. I'm past the halfway mark. Of course, we're well past the half-year mark, and I've been avoiding some of the heftier books with heavier subject matter, so I definitely have a ways to go. If I keep up with this goal into 2015, I will most definitely finish that box of books. My last update, I had read 37 books so far this year, and now my total is 51. According to Goodreads, I am 2 books behind my goal of 70 books for the reading challenge. Speaking of Goodreads, I just had the brilliant idea to create a shelf of the 60 books in my TBR box so you can see what I've been hoarding under my bed, what I've read, and what I have left. That's a lot easier and more interesting than the list I usually put in the description box. The reason why many of these books have been sitting under my bed is because they are books by authors I loved as a teenager, or they look like books that I would have loved as a teenager, so I couldn't resist picking them up when I saw them secondhand. Since embarking on this resolution, I do make the effort to rate and review all of the books that I read. So please look me up on Goodreads and check out that TBR shelf. That brings me to my most recent read. I just finished Joy in the Morning by Betty Smith. Betty Smith is the author of the more well-known A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, which is one of those books I read as an adult that I wished I had known about when I was younger. I loved it so much, the main character's determination and intelligence, and being able to follow her through her most formative years. So when I saw Joy in the Morning, I knew I wanted to read it. Happily, this is not one of those occasions where I loved the first book I read by an author but not the next one I tried. It's 1927 and Annie has just turned 18 and married her law school attending sweetheart Carl. Annie herself completed the 8th grade before starting to work full-time. Both Annie and Carl's families disapprove of the marriage and offer no help. The couple is living on $5 a week, and there's always a question of whether Carl will be able to finish school. The kind of story where you find yourself rooting for every 50 cents they earn. You cheer or wince every time they buy back or have to pawn once again the watch that Carl has. When she moves to the Midwest college town with her husband, Annie feels self-conscious of her Brooklyn accent and her lack of education. She starts listening outside the door of a comparative literature class. She starts reading and writing, and she collects and savors new words that she learns, like indignity. She's intelligent, outspoken, a little maddening, and just fun to get to know. There's something so satisfying about journeying through struggles with someone and seeing them through to the other side. I highly recommend Joy in the Morning by Betty Smith, and I've already added her other works to my TBR list. Let me know how your book-related resolution is going in the comments below. Thanks for watching.